Real Raymond, and he's here to set it right. Just for kicks, I came to kick the mic. I said I had a long day, but tonight's the night.
Hello and welcome to Life is Life. I'm Real Raymond. Yet another episode and yet another special guest. On the show, I've got someone who is known as one of those favorite voices of Bangalore. In fact, he's the pioneer of MCing. He's also a very, very strong individual, and he dons many hats. A cancer survivor, an MC, he's also a restaurateur, and not just that, a dad, musician, singer, and his most favorite part of it all, the philanthropy part. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Mark Rego. Mark, let me just start off by asking this question. What is the capital of Portugal?
Lisbon.
You will never forget that, would you?
I'll never forget it.
We'll come to that story.
Still feel the pain.
And the way you're wiping and rubbing your cheeks, there is a backstory to it, which we'll get to. But, you know, going by whatever we had a chat about, I want to understand, you started working at the age of 14 and you were in the hotel industry. What was the need? Because you could have gone on to pursue something with the academics.
There are quite a few reasons. One was times were pretty difficult then with our family. I mean, I don't come from a very strong financial background family. We were a big family, 6 children. Mom and dad found it difficult to sort of make ends meet, if I could use that term. So, couldn't really go on to college, but more than that, I was a mischievous guy. And I had a girlfriend then, and my mom gave me a chance. I was only 14 and a half, and she said, like, you either choose your girlfriend or you choose your family. And I don't know, I guess it was that young blood in the veins. So I just decided to leave, and I left home. I lived for a little while in the railway station, got a job as a dishwasher in Taj Residency, and that's how I started.
But, you know, from then, what a journey it's been. So you went on to be one of, the official people at Oberoi, and you moved to Delhi, I'm guessing.
So I started with the Taj Group, and then I got into the Oberois in Delhi, which at that point in time, it was only the second hotel in the world to introduce what is called the butler concept. If you see the Richie Rich Cadbury.
That stint in Delhi finished, you moved to Bangalore. And this is where everything started off. You came to night watch manager. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So I was the general manager for a place called the Orion Complex, which was in those days it was above big Black Cadillac on Residency Road. In those days it was a very, very big entertainment center. We had perhaps one of the best discos in town. We were the only and the first proper karaoke bar. So we had private karaoke suites that you could hire for an hour or so and sing your heart out.
And then came knocking an opportunity, which was not your job to do.
Absolutely.
And eventually, it wasn't like you wanted to pursue it, but it ended up being because you were that good at what you do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So how did it happen?
So those days, Orion Complex was like huge. It was huge. It was the place in Bangalore for entertainment. And we had one manager who was the entertainment manager, and she actually left. And when this entertainment manager left, I was the GM, I didn't know what to do because somebody had to run the evening. So I actually started off my first ever, if you can call it assignment as an MC, I started calling out housey numbers.
We're going to get more into the MCing bit, but you're just trying to decipher the things that you've done. You also hold a Guinness Book of World Records and a Limca Book of World Records with Booze and Brains.
Yeah, that's right.
How long has it been running for?
26 years.
26 years. That's, I don't want to compare my age to it. Booze and Brain one side, but then the first question you asked.
All right, so at that point in time, the European Cup or the European Championships were going on, and all these top European countries playing a thing, and the competition was at Lisbon in Portugal. The finals were going to happen over there. Or I think Portugal was the host nation. And it was all over the newspapers, for God's sake. So I asked this question to these guys, like, sir, do you know can you tell me what's the capital of Portugal? And he looked at me like, who the hell are you? I'm having a drink type. He didn't say that. I'm having a drink. Do not disturb me. One tight rap he gave me, and I can still hear the birds ringing. But that's what inspired me. That's what inspired me. I said, one day, dude. I thought to myself, one day, Booze and Brains is going to be somewhere. And yeah, so that's how I started. And we are definitely the longest running not just pub quiz, but we are the longest running quiz in the world.
And talking about events and emceeing, 26 years of emceeing.
Yeah.
And I mean, do you have any count of the events you've done?
I think it'll be more than 6, 7, 8,000. I don't know. I mean, if you look at Booze and Brains itself, so that was every Thursday, but multiply 26 years, 52 weeks in a year. Okay, so that itself is what? I don't know.
No, if I did the math, I wouldn't be sitting here with you.
Yeah.
But Mark, the amazing, this climb that you had as an entertainer, it's inspiring for a lot of people. But then, back in that time, were there any contemporaries of yours, or you were the only one?
No. There were. I think, if you could call us professional MCs at the time, there were definitely 2 that I knew of. What's his name? Anil Menon and Yudi. We used to call him Baby Them. Yudhishthir, I think, who went on to television.
We'll come back to the emceeing bit and discuss more on that. But then there's a certain part of your life. I mean, a lot of people know you're a true fighter in its all sense. When you have to do something good for the society, when you have to do something good for the industry, or even when it comes to doing something good for your family. But then there's one part where I wouldn't say life hit you, but then life gave you a different turn altogether. It halted a lot of things for you. You were diagnosed with cancer. What happened at that point in time? How did you take it?
Yeah, so I was perhaps at the peak of my career, if you could use the term. I was getting shows left, right, and center. My fault, I neglected it. I didn't know, so I had this little lump. And I happened to show it to my mom. My mom's also a cancer survivor. The first time it was not malignant, so I left it. My fault again, I ignored it. It is totally my fault, I agree. I just thought, okay, at that point in time, my kids were growing up. I said, I'm not going to let my kids go, they're not going to have a father. So and I'm saying this on cameras, if anybody is fighting cancer or you know anyone in your family, 80% of the battle for fighting cancer is here. You fight it here first.
And this wasn't the only thing that set you back. There was also another setback that happened at that point in time. Your marriage also wasn't going well for you.
Yeah.
And I just want to ask you that time, because I remember you telling me this, that you told yourself that you will survive because you don't want to leave your kids without you.
Yeah.
But then today your kids are not. Do you ever think about it in a way man, I did this and they're not there with me anymore?
I'll be honest, I also made a lot of mistakes in my life. I regret a lot of decisions, a lot of things that I did. But funnily, everything came to me at the same time. So I was fighting my cancer on one side, I was fighting breaking marriage on one side, I was fighting depression on one side. And let me be very straight with you, beating cancer was easy, but fighting depression is the worst thing.
Mark, too much of serious stuff, right? We'll jump onto the other side of things. Peppersing, I mean, easily one of the favorite joints for burgers in the city. Was it something that you started to hone your culinary skills, or was it only because you wanted something stable for the longer term?
All right, to be honest with you, Peppersing is actually my retirement plan. Yeah, so I knew at some point in time, age is going to catch up, and I can't be an MC all my life. So I was looking for something, that would keep me occupied in my later years.
But that's it, your long-term plan, your retirement plan is set. A lot of MCs, suddenly venture into being event managers. Have you ever thought of doing that? Why haven't you?
All right, to be very honest with you, I've seen personally, we spoke earlier about a couple of us, 3 or 4 of us who were pioneers in the MCing field. I think every single one of them went in and became event managers. And what really happened was, the moment you become an event manager, you become competition to everybody else. So their MCing career actually came to a complete stop, because people would not hire them saying that, okay, he's going to cut your throat or stab you in the back. So, and for me, my passion was MCing, was singing, was doing games. If I had to go into being an event manager, it would have killed my passion, number one. Number two is, I would have to spend a lot more time on the business front, arguing with people about rates, and how clients also could be, oh, but we are getting this for 50 rupees, why are you charging me 51 rupees? I didn't want that headache. I didn't want that.
I mean, from the time you started, from 1 or 2, 3 MCs to now, I think there are thousands and thousands of MCs.
I think only on our WhatsApp group, there's some 2,000.
Oh, I'm not part of that group. All right, so there's so many, but have you ever noticed someone and you think this guy is good? Any name that you like to shed light upon?
I think he'll be pretty happy and proud if I bring up this name, and I'm gonna bring up this name. I'm very happy to say that this youngster actually went on to become one of the best MCs, the best RJs I've ever listened to, and his name is Daraya Sonawala.
I mean, I must tell you this, I'm a huge fan of Darais. I mean, a lot of people fondly call him D. Just his idea of things and the way he goes around things and gives you... Today, he's giving a lot of people advice, be it radio, be it MCing, and stand-up
Another
comedy.
person who loves helping other people.
He's an absolute sweetheart, and D, we both love you. If you're watching this, I hope you do. And moving on from there, you've done events of various kinds, be it sports, be it concerts, be it corporates, whatever, of its all magnitude. Which is your most favorite?
One of the events I remember, so I was doing this for Cartoon Network quite a few years ago. I was doing an event for school kids, and I think it was called School is Cool. So we had this huge event. It was a 5-city event: Bangalore, Chennai, Bombay, Delhi, and Calcutta. Final event was in Calcutta, and they had it at the Salt Lake Stadium. And it was a beautiful event. So I was the MC. I was hosting the entire event. It was a 1.5 hour. It was just pure dance, music, getting the children to have fun. So I was on the stage, and you could hear the roar of the crowd. Okay. So they said, "Okay, Mark, you're good to go." So I went on stage and I just said, "Good evening, Kolkata!" And the roar that came back from 88,000 people, I fell off the stage.
Do you have any rituals that you do before you get on stage?
I just pray. I'm deeply religious. So before I get on stage, I never pick up the mic or I never get on stage without saying a little prayer to God.
A lot of connection there. And yeah, coming back to the emceeing thing and everything, would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue?
Neither. I'm just happy being who I am, happy with the way life's going, happy with whatever I have, happy with whatever I don't have.
But that said, to the most, I would say, affectionate side of your life, to the most amazing side of your life, the philanthropic part, the Jeevratni Foundation, it already brings a smile on your face. How did it start for you to get involved with these kids? Of course, you love being amongst kids, but this entire thing to be with Jeevratni, and of course, you helped with a couple of other foundations as well.
Quite a few, yeah. Yeah, so it all goes back to my cancer days and when I was having chemotherapy at Kidwai Hospital. I was waiting there for my chemo and I used to see these small, tiny little babies, some of them newborn, born with cancer. I mean, and they had to have their chemo or whatever. And the needles were even bigger than their veins. They couldn't find the veins for these kids. And poor kid does not know what the hell is wrong with him. And here they are, injecting. And I've seen a lot of those kids dying later on from cancer. So when I was going through this, and my kids were also pretty young then, so I was pretty badly gone health-wise. So I just said a prayer to God saying like, if you save me for my kids, I will do something for, these kids in future. And a few years later, after my fight and battle with, you can call it, with cancer, I recovered. So I went and I did a course on child counseling and volunteering and stuff like that. So even now I volunteer with Cuddles Foundation and a few others. And we look after these kids with cancer, a lot of the kids in the orphanage. So that's how I got involved with kids. And then a few years down the line, so me now, the Cherian family basically who run Jeevratni Foundation, we all grew up together. They are my immediate neighbors from my house. And they said, like, Marco, you were so good with it. Can you come spend some time with us? So I went over there with my guitar and sang for them, laughed with them. And then that's how my bonding, if I could use it, has been with Jeevratni. So now they're my other family. Now I know every one of those kids by name. They know me. They come and stay home during their holidays with us. Oh, I just love those kids. And I've seen some of them growing up from the time they were like really tiny to they're teenagers now.
The smile on your face every time you talk about Jeevratni Foundation speaks, I wouldn't say volume, there's no measure to quantify that ever.
There's no measure.
But we're almost done, but we still have one more thing to do, and that's a challenge that you always love taking. So I've got a challenge for you. But before that, I would love to give you a bit of an energizer.
Oops. What's coming up now?
So, you always bring a smile on a lot of people's faces and, of course, a lot of joy. So I just want to do this for you.
Thank you, Marco. Jesus is warrior. We love you. We miss you. We miss you.
Thank you, Marco uncle, for this lovely lunch you gave us, rice, dal, and these juices. Thank you, uncle. Thank you, Uncle.
God bless you all.
I mean, what goes around comes around. You spread the love, it comes back to you.
So cute. How did you get this?
I mean, we had to do a bit of our work to just make you feel special, like how you make these kids feel special. Did you get energized? I mean, I'm sorry to make you emotional though.
No, I'm a very emotional person, but that was nice.
So I'll give you some time to get that energy back in,
Ah,
and then we can get on with the game.
Yep, sure.
Yeah. All right. So Mark, we're set. You're used to booze and brains, but this is no booze and no brains because I don't have that clearly. It's very simple. So we have a couple of questions written on chits here.
All right.
So if I pick a chit, I ask you a question, and you have 5 seconds to answer.
Okay.
If you don't, the buzzer goes, and when the buzzer goes, the drink goes. Now, if you're wondering what the drink is, it's not alcohol. It's a special concoction of rasam. It's called the pepper zing rasam, which we've just made randomly the last couple of hours. Just tried it and tested. Smells good?
Smells good.
Because it's got pepper zing in it. What?
Pepper zing.
So you ready?
Yeah, ready.
So do you want to put a toss and see who wants to go first?
You go. Ladies first. Sorry.
Okay, I'll take it as KDs first.
Height-wise.
You're the guest, so I'll have to listen to you. Which means you have to answer the question.
Okay.
All right, Mark. Name 3 rivers in India.
In India, Narmada, Godavari, Krishna.
You survived. Your turn. I think I'm going to have the first shot. Clearly.
3 things that can tell time.
Weather, watch and clock.
Weather.
I'm
Weather
going to
can
drink
tell time.
anyway.
Go for
Cheers.
it. Go for it. Go for it.
Man, this is so peppy. Ah. Whew, I can feel that pepper down my throat and my chest. 3 things that can fly.
3 things that can fly. Butterfly, bird, and a plane.
Yeah, baby. Ah.
Go for it.
Your turn.
Oh, my turn.
I think I'm having all of them.
3 things that you'll do in a desert.
Walk, search, and be tired.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Accepted.
You can be tired.
You can be
You
tired.
can
3
be
things you will
walking, you've
do.
got to search. Fair enough.
I think you'll get this. 3 things. Okay, let me twist this. 3 things you don't
You
put
can't
in-
twist. You can't twist. You got to read what's over there. No twisting.
No, the rasam is making me twist things around.
Okay, go for
Okay,
it.
3 things you put in an omelette.
Onions, tomatoes, cheese.
Yeah, baby. Why can't I dance when you drink? Oh, sorry, your turn.
Three things made of rubber.
Shoes, eraser, and bag.
Shoes made of rubber?
Yeah, you have rubber soles. No. You have
It's
rubber
not
soles.
made of rubber. No. You have to drink.
Eh,
It's made of leather.
it's my show. I decide what I have to do.
No. You gotta go for it.
Ah, a pepper.
You forgot that you can have rubber shoes also during rain.
I did. Why are you getting easy ones? Okay, three words that begin with the letter B.
3 words that begin with the letter B. Big Ben, ball, and balloon.
Hey, 5 seconds. Where's the buzzer, man? Okay. Seems like I'm only going to be drinking this rasam.
I still got 5. You got 3.
I know you got more, so let's go with the question. What are you all adding this rasam, man?
3 things that give you energy.
Protein bar, Red Bull, good friends.
Good friends give you energy. Drink.
Hey, good friends do give you energy. Good energy, bad energy.
From which side do they give you energy?
From the positive vibe, the energy, all of that.
Okay, acceptable.
Give 3 hair products.
3 hair products. Shampoo, gel, and hair wax.
On time. I mean, just a little off time.
Got it.
No, just a little off time. You just went a little above time.
That was the echo.
So that means it rang early. So I think you should take a shot. How many do you have? Go on, Mark. Your turn. Getting a taste of your own, I see.
You're not going to get this. 3 bald actors.
Anupam Kher. I give up. I forgot the names. They were right here. Funny how Anupam came first.
Jewel Briner.
Ben Kingsley, I forgot.
Ben Kingsley.
Oh, God. Last 2 to go. 3 excuses for being late.
I forgot my shoes. My hair fell off on the way. And I couldn't find my khakis.
Hair fell off on the way was not, but still, you're
Hair fell off. I could be wearing a wig.
Oh, the ball question was earlier. Oh, your turn. The final one. Whew. Too much spice in this.
Name 14 states of India.
I don't have 5 seconds to name 14 states of India. You made this up. I can't do it in 5 seconds.
Okay. 3 animal sounds.
Well, you made this up, didn't you? Okay, so
None of them sounded like animals. It sounded like you were in pain. Drink.
I think I'm in pain. I've been drinking so much of rasam.
Go for it.
I always pay heed to my guests.
There we go.
Wow.
I won this one.
Mark, I don't think you should let that go to waste.
I won this one. Don't
So both of us can dance together. Mark,
Okay.
no, do that.
We're not letting it go to waste. Go for it. Come on. Because I won the game.
The show is called Life is Life, not There is no life. So if I drink that, there will be no life.
I won.
I can't see anyway. So that's it. Thanks, Mark, for making random questions in between and having me drink so much of rasam. I've never had so much of peppery rasam in my life.
You still got 2 glasses.
I'll hold them on for the week. There's so much of rice to eat as well. But truly, there's so much that you shared, so much of knowledge, so much of an experience. It is inspiring. It is going to be, I would say, an influential factor for a lot who are going to be watching this.
Hope so.
And probably learn a bit or two about being a little more human. Thank you so much for coming by. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and for those of you who've been watching the show, I think you might have also got a little teary-eyed, but there's always a lesson at the end of every single Life is Life episode, right? Today, all I want to tell you is follow your heart. There's always I wouldn't say a thick, but a very thin line between your passion and your profession. Make the right choice and you'll be on your way to destiny. All I'll tell you is, listen, I fuel my life. So you go ahead and fuel yours, and I'll see you in the next episode. This is Life with Raymond.
Things get twisted, but life is life. Life ain't fair, but life is life.